So I thought I'd start the autumnal update on the benches. To be fair, I'm not going to be doing a lot more work with them. I'm starting to do the preparation, thoughts about what's going to go away, and I've started bringing the indoor ficus. They've come in. The large forest there, that's survived all right. We've got more larch there. We had one tree that didn't make it, probably because of the bare weed on it or something. So yeah, so we've got the larches, we've got the trident maple there, and as I say, it hasn't been, well, I haven't done that much with tridents this year, but you can see it in its autumnal colours. I think I'll do a lot more on them next year, to be honest, and there'll certainly be some work I'll do in a month or so. We've got the ash forest behind it, and then there's a little dwarf azalea that I'd wired. Just waiting to see if it sets up buds. It hasn't set up its flower buds yet. Hornbeam, not hornbeam, beech. Didn't really do anything much with that. That's just had a year again in that pot. I've got those. See, immediately forgotten what it is. Oh gosh, it'll come to me. I'll say it in a minute. And then the raft juniper, crispy maples. You've seen a lot of these. I'm just seeing if there's anything that needs developing. I don't know. Little larch in a little Dawn Isaac pot. Obviously you've seen the silver birch with the stump work. You can see it has gone slightly white. I can do some work on that at some point. It's not a biggie. And that one down in the back there, it's not golden larch. Is it golden larch? Might be. I think that might be golden larch. Obviously you're aware of the problems I had with the big silver birch. That whole top apex has died off. But as you see here, got that lovely little growth there. There's a little growth in the crotch there, and some growth down there. So I'm just going to let this run. It needs to get some energy, and that'll be pruning probably in the early spring. A lot of the little maples there, they're just going to continue to develop. Some larches behind it, all looking very nice. Dawn redwood, we've had some new buds appear, but truthfully they're setting up for next year. So most of those fronds really haven't set this year. The old cobra's looking good over there, and we've got sort of semi-cascade. The dwarf azaleas, all their buds set up for next year. Again, you've seen nice Satsuki azalea with all that lovely flush of new growth, which I'll be able to sort out next year. Little Chinese elm, forsythia, more maples, and that thing there, which, oh, why do I keep forgetting the name of that? It'll be on the screen. The cinder larch, and there's that lovely Japanese maple. It was an air layer, one of the early air layers, 2015, in a pond type project. That's going to go into a different pot next year. The oak, obviously that got its first proper repot this March. Haven't really done anything with it. I just want it to regain vigor and energy. And to be fair, this oak forest, haven't done anything with that either. Need to look at those probably next year. It's got yeah, it's got some little insects playing with it. The maple, that's a love that Satsuki. Ash, and then there's another larch. Seen my dinosaur larch there with me hornbilled dinosaur, and then obviously the cloud larch, and that's setting up nicely, to be honest. Hazel that I did a lot earlier on. Oh, get my shade out of the way. That's definitely got its curves and bends in it, so that's going to be worth it. And the some more sycamores in there. Cherry, great big thing there. Haven't decided whether I'm going to air layer it or what, but that'll be a project for next year. Down Chinese Elm Alley, he says, pointing to a Japanese larch. Got this elm. Need to start exploring a lot of these that I've put on rock. Need to start looking in there and seeing how they're getting on. So we've got all these, and I may or may not do any pruning on them. To be honest, I've got my holiday coming up, so there's a little Satsuki in there, and then that parallel planting on the Japanese larch. Nice little oak in there. Little ash forest, little tiger there. And then you saw the initial plant of this larch, and you see me eating the fruit off the cherry. And then this one, I believe that's another cork bark elm actually. Grows very well. I haven't really got to grips with that one, to be honest. I need to have a look at that next year, so that'll be something to look at. We've just got oak, red oak. Look at the lovely colours on the red oak, absolutely gorgeous. Apple, false cypress. I'll do some work on that next year. Some more larches, and then down here larches, apple and silver birch. In here down to the Japanese elms. Japanese elms, I am really struggling here. Japanese maples, again there's been a little bit of pruning. I've also got some trident maples in there, looking nice in the autumn colours. You've seen the forest there, but yeah, we've got quite a few trident maples. Some of them are definitely in development stages. That great big tall hornbeam, no idea. Oh look, there's a juniper there. That's one that I actually vaguely knew what I was doing with. The Katsura maple there. There's got to be more work on that in a few weeks' time. It's my Yamadori Koji. Again, more developmental larch and maple. Going towards the sun. Got another juniper there. That had some basic styling. Olive's done well. More oak. I've got lots of oak. Hornbeams, olive there, and then here a whole host of oak. And these are the ones that over the next sort of 4 or 5 weeks I'll probably put on eBay. Again, another beech over there. Saw that very early in the year. Prunus hasn't really had much growth on it, to be honest. Bit surprised. There's obviously something it's not happy about. And this common holly, I will probably do a wiring on that sometime very soon. And then the old vegetable patch, which has obviously got all the sort of projects that are, well, they're in different stages. I've still got some larches that I haven't yet got to. More apples, hawthorns, dawn redwoods. There's the well, the failed small leaf lime. That didn't work, that air layer. The olives are in there. They've got lovely big olives on them. I'll show you those in a minute. I'd say, and over there are the Scots pines, all wired up. They're looking. And coming down, didn't really get to those. I was hoping to do stuff with these Chinese elms, do a bit of wiring and cascade them. And then this this maple, haven't really touched it at all, to be honest. Beautiful, it's absolutely beautiful, beautiful fine twigging up there. Don't know if you'll be able to see it properly with this, but yeah, that's something for the future. Hey T-Rex, what do you reckon? And so the outside, the growing of the vegetable patch, these are all root on rock projects. I didn't get to those. Well, I can still probably uncover a little bit. We'll see how we go with that. There's a hawthorn there, and then as I say, in here, It's quite a big area really. And looking to see if we can get the olives. Hopefully you can see there's olives on there. Wonderful. Beautiful, beautiful this time of year. It's just getting cold, that's all. Plans for this area. There. It gets very green and stuff down that part, so what I want to do is put a bench that goes right across that brick wall. So it'll be up about 3 foot, so I can get everything off the ground and up there. And I think with the walls, windbreak, I might also be able to do a little shelter. And then, because that corner gets loads of sun, just have a look here, by the way, you've got some more larches and more Japanese maples. Yeah, but because it gets a lot of the sun, what I want to do is put posts on the corners there, so I can erect some more screening and actually have some sunscreen over the top, so create a sheltered area in the midsummer. Obviously this area, you're aware that I planted this really ugly trident maple, and I'm just gonna let it go. This stand area here, it's fairly solid. I'm reasonably happy with it. Got a few things on it. Trying to do a cascade cutniasta, and I was trying to do some sort of something with that maple, but yeah, we'll see. Some more oaks. They're all looking really, really nice, and then more Scots pines. Obviously the railway planting, it's full of all sorts in there. More oaks. There's the lemon that I did the harsh Tony cut on, trunk chop really, but you can see there you've got new buds coming out. The lemon cuttings, they're years old now, they're not really doing very much. There's hazel in there, and then this is the bigger lemon, and really there's no sign of any growth at all on it, so I'm of a mind that that's hanging on, but I'm not sure what with. All the newly work I've done on my junipers here, you'll see a sort of Christmas late winter showing of the work I did on those. Zita's apple, it's nice and healthy, got some growth up there. Again, loads of maples in the centre. You've seen the Italian alder, and then this is a lovely oak, lovely oak. There's another one there as well. I think this is a golden cedar, so I need to look at that. Junipers, and I've been doing some bark scraping, so you can see that really red, lifting plates and trying to find boring stuff. All that happened is I got bored. Yep, some more wiring on those. So yeah, so I'm really happy. This year's been a good one for me, thanks to Candice. I've got my vigour for juniper, so thank you. Walk across, I really do need to hoover the grass, don't I? Okay, so let's have a look down here in the greenhouse side bed. That was one of the separated hawthorns, what was left. Same there. The Aimer maple there just hasn't really done much. There's a few bits and pieces here. Got another, looks like another golden cedar. That's another decent Tony chop on that that hawthorn. And I think you'll have seen by now the work I did on that hornbeam, the failed air layer. So that's in there. Yeah, some more oaks. Another hawthorn. To the greenhouse, I'm now starting to I've done nothing here, to be honest. See, we've got all the work on the Jades or Portulacaris, And if you have a look there now, starting to get lots of little buds coming up all over that. I must be honest, a week ago I looked down and thought, uh-oh, it's not going to work. But here you go, all those lovely little new buds, new coming out, so that's fine. This is for the benefit of I took these Trident cuttings, semi-ripe. These are about 6-7 weeks ago, and the same with what's in there. Whoop. Oh. And also, these were taken probably about 4 weeks ago. We've had some die there, so I put a couple of larch in there as well, and some azalea. Got all the air layers. Most of the leaves are starting to drop off, but if you get in really tight, can you see it on here? Really close in, there's lots of little buds coming out, well, where the buds are going to be. Little hornbeam there. I've got them in these trays, and as I say, what Tony Chan does, he fills them with about 1 inch of water, and yeah, so, but if you have a look, there you go, looking in close there, can you see it? There's little buds, and all over the trunk there's lots of little buds coming up. Hawthorns, more maple there, you can see buds in there. Not sure you'll pick them up on the camera, but I've definitely seen them. The olive, it's a 50-50. Some of this growth looks pretty good, but others doesn't. And I suppose the surprise, did you hear my leg? It's right down here. This is the corkbark elm, which is G for goner, but it went into sphagnum. If you have a look right at the base there, there's a little growing root there. Not a growing root, it's a growing shoot there. So that's good. That hawthorn, that air layer, that was fine. And there's the hornbeam. Let's see what happens. Just the last of the ficus cuttings. They're all between 3 and 4 years old. I need to start finding somewhere to put them, but they'll be somewhere inside. Buddhist pine. These were cuttings from the parent plant that my dad killed when he decided to replant it on his carpet. If you remember on the bigger one, when I did the restyle, I took two cuttings, big ones. This one definitely seems to have worked out all right. This one looks like it's hanging on, but it could well be struggling. Although on one of the leaves, just one of the leaves there, looks like there's a bud that wants to shoot through. So if I was going to sum up my air layer success, and my deaths, even with those, I don't actually think I've lost anything, and I'll show you why. On the other side of the greenhouse, mostly the user here. There's that little cutting. That's pretty, that is. Really like that. I'm leaving I don't know what it is. Yeah, these yews, they're all less than a foot in height, so they're all in the sort of show hin size. But when I think what they used to be, that's not a yew, obviously. That's a Chinese elm. That was one of my cuttings, 4 or 5 years old now. Oh, and of course obviously a larch, but there's the other yew there. Then moving towards the actual proper nursery area, we've got all the growing beds down here. That hornbeam, I think that there is some buds there, but I don't know. They haven't opened, so I've got a funny feeling there's not sufficient in the roots, as Candice said in her recent, to support it. And there's just loads of cuttings all the way along there, including my Trident maple root on rock stuff, Fuji cherry, back end for the bench here. Didn't really do anything with these this year. These are always the last to be looked at. I did a bit of thinning out, took some wire off, but that'll be what I'll do next year. Silver birch there. That's a very, very interesting design. And just in the range of different common holly, I've been just doing some basically clip and grow on those. Might feature that next year. Another one there, that's going to be a marmay holly. So each holly leaf is going to represent the branch. And just to prove that I can do something good with junipers, Some cuttings have taken well. No idea what sort of junipers they are. I call them alive junipers. That's a positive for me. Back to construction plans. On this whole side here, because those panes get blown out, I again want to put up probably about 3 foot high trestle bench. It gets pretty mouldy down there, so I want to raise that higher, get some more storage there, and I am considering all down that side here is considering putting either planting areas or something there, not sure. These are coming down. I'm going to take, there's 2 sheds there, that's the front one, that one and the one behind it are going to come down next year, and I want to create a more pergola style shelter with benching, sort of try and keep the costs down so that more people can come around and do work if they want to. Yeah, seen the Korean hornbeam. Say that oak, which was a big scare for me, that's come through nicely, that's fine. There's some Catniasta behind there, the kids' projects, some more red oaks. Yeah, hazel, pyracantha, haven't really touched that. Again, behind them we got more Chinese elm cuttings that are just growing. I've done something there, just try and I put 4 together and then centre one die, which is interesting. So we've got 3 that are going to be around a dead stump. The ash, beautiful, beautiful Dawn Isaac pot. Then in we go. Obviously, my non-flowering purple thing. Didn't even get to touch these. Oh, mind you, the kids did. Yeah, all Catniasta cuttings, good few years old now. Same here, more Chinese elm, apple, all sorts. Didn't even look at those. Again, down there, loads of oaks, cuttings. The Olearii is more of the sort of stuff I'm working on as Mame, either apple, Catniasta. There's some interesting stuff there. More red oak. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting oak, I think. And coming down here, this is the first year where I've basically kept all the ginkgo in the semi-shade, to be honest. So I haven't really been able to look in them and see how they are, but they're all green. The root on rock Fuji over there is doing okay. The Dawn redwoods, they're in pots, they're doing fine. And goes without saying, I mean, these Chinese elms have rooted into the ground there. It's an update. There's the Mugo pine that I did a good, well, I must have done those about a month ago now. They seem alright. More stuff. Loads of apples. All there. Loads of stuff there. And then main benches, which is a combination of stuff you'll have seen me work on. The quince is looking really nice. Lovely shape like that, and there's green. I can't believe how they are looking so good, those azaleas. First year they've all looked so great. Thank you, Peter Chan. And I know there are other professionals who know exactly there wasn't anything different at it. And this has been Christmas tree for the last 3 years. And each year I take just a few more branches off it and start thinking about how I'm going to design it. And I think starting from next year, that's going to get properly bonsaied. So yeah, I think that's Picea of some sort. The other of the sheds that's going to come down. At the moment, that's where I store a lot of my pots and bonsai stuff, but it's damp and leaking. So this whole area from there right across there is good 24 foot. Get some posts up there and nice old pergola. Open it up, do some branch cutting of some of those big old Leylandii. Yeah. Just more bits and pieces, to be honest. Italian alder there. The Dawn redwoods. There's bud setups on some of those branches, on all those branches, and I'll I'll be able to do the new pruning. I'll either do pruning in a few weeks' time to buds, or I'll wait till next year. That's the last of the junipers. I don't know if it's been done yet or not when you see this video. I'm going to try and do formal upright, surprise surprise, and I don't know what I'm going to do to it, to be honest. And then finally here, a combination of stuff in here. And these were the cut price I got. They were all reduced from £15 to £5. So yeah, and then my working area, I might try and do something here so that you get a better screen or background when I'm filming, but I need to open it up and get more light, because I noticed on a lot of my videos you get a lot of the light feeding in and out. So there you go. So from Xavier and his backyard bonsai nursery, say farewell. God bless.